Hey everyone, if you don't know me yet, I am a transformational coach. My name is Teresa Maloney, and I am creator of the Ultimate Reset Program, which is a transformational weight loss and fitness program specifically designed for women whose hormones are changing. So if you're a midlife woman and you've noticed some changes in your body, I'm the one to talk to. But really, I want to talk to you today about something. If you have known me for a while, you probably don't know this about me. And this may really surprise you. I was a fat child, a very fat child. I really struggled with obesity up until the age of 12. And I'd like to tell you a little bit about that. It was a really, really difficult time in my life. And although I had a wonderful upbringing, my parents were wonderful. But the thing is that happiness in our household really revolved around food. And I want to tell you a little bit about that. And it was a wonderful thing. I had a very loving family, caring, nurturing family, but my family is Polish. We're European, and everything revolved around food. Every night was a full course meal with homemade desserts and lots of it. And I was the type of kid who would come home from school, have lots of sugar, have a huge meal, and then multiple desserts right up until bedtime. And it was a loving thing. Food was very much about prosper and love. And also, I was an inactive child. My parents were really they believed that females, girls played instruments and maybe did a little bit of dancing, and boys played sports. And that was really difficult because at that time in the early 70s, um, girls were playing sports. And so I was known as the fat kid in my class. I was the one who got picked last for sports teams. And that's how they did it back then. The teacher would pick the two athletes and they would go back and forth when it was something like baseball, picking out who would be on what team. And I was always picked last because of that. And I still remember that. It was very, very hurtful. But something did change in my childhood. When I was in grade 7, I had an amazing, amazing teacher that literally changed my life. Because I was a little bit, I was developed early. My teacher got me into cross country running. And she instilled such belief in me that whatever she said to do, I did it. When she said, train this, do this, I would do it. And I loved it. And I'll never forget when I was that age, I was living in Brampton at the time. I went into a cross country meet, and it was a ski hill we had to run up. It was about 2 kilometers, I think. Well, the whole circuit was 2 kilometers, but there was one ski hill that we had to run up and then come back down the other side. And anyway, so when I was running up the ski hill, I was in last place. When I was running down the ski hill, I was in first place. And I ended up winning the race for the city of Brampton that year. And it is the single thing that really changed my life when it came to health, fitness, strength, vitality. I was addicted to it. I absolutely love it. And from then on, I went into track and field, did more cross country running. I did 10K races. I just loved it. And guess what else happened? As I entered into my teenage years, my body changed and the weight came off. So I ended up really becoming that athlete very, kind of late in my childhood, but it was absolutely amazing. But I will never forget how much hurt being overweight can bring to someone's life because I've experienced it. And it wasn't the only time. Childhood was not the only time I experienced obesity. I put on a lot of weight with both of my children, 70 pounds. And it took me more than a year to get that weight off. My body really hugged onto it. And then again, when I was 45, my hormones changed and I had put on about 35 pounds then. And so there's a couple of other things that happened as well. But the point is, I have experienced obesity for different reasons many times in my life. And it's only now at 55 that I actually feel like I've cracked the code. I've cracked the code because each time I educated myself, each time it wasn't where I wanted to be, and I clearly did something about it. And now, each time that I educated myself, I became a nutritionist. I competed in bodybuilding, I competed in fitness events. Each time I struggled, in my mind, staying there was not an option. So, what I'm telling you right now, if you are using age or menopause or perimenopause or stress or busyness, whatever it is, I am telling you your trajectory, just because you are feeling like you're overweight now, that is not your trajectory for the rest of your life. Like it isn't with my life, like it isn't with the hundreds of clients that I've worked with and transformed their bodies. So I just want to let you know that I wasn't born lean. I did struggle, but that struggle, I think, really pushed me forward and made me stronger to not settle. And what I'm telling you is, if you are feeling like this is your trajectory and there is nothing that you can do, and you've tried every plan out there, you are wrong. You just need help. You need help. You need support. You need to develop a new skill set when it comes to how to lose weight, because most plans are doing it wrong. Most plans are doing it wrong. So it's not your genetics, it's not your age, it's not any of those things. I can tell you right now, you just need to have clarity, and you need to have belief and trust in someone that can help you get to your goal. And if you go through my testimonials, that's exactly what I am giving you. Now, I am going to include a link here, a link in comments under this video, that's really going to show you how others have transformed their bodies. So make sure that you dive right in, because you don't have to stay there and you don't have to settle. Just think of my story, being that fat kid when I was younger. It was a place I wouldn't want my children to be in. By you learning how to do it yourself, you then can be that example for the next generation forward.